divineguidance.earth. Alakui Sefean Lan, Tarawan, Yufu, Bandusu.
Hi, I'm Patricia McNair, your host of Divine Guidance with Patricia. If you are bursting to embrace and strengthen your connection to your divine guidance, your whole being, this is the show for you. Join me the first and third Wednesday of the month at 9 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com. Are you ready to discover the amazing gift of the universe that is you? On Divine Guidance with Patricia, Spirit and I will trigger you to embrace and validate the light that you are. On my show, I will bring you thought-provoking, inspiring messages designed to ignite a spark of spiritual awareness, the first step to becoming a whole being. Join me on Divine Guidance with Patricia and discover your gifts and awaken your true sense of self to embrace and empower your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. Divine Guidance with Patricia starts now. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Divine Guidance with Patricia. Well, today I have a really neat show put together for you all. Happy All Saints Day. That's today. We come from the darkness into the light of All Saints Day. It's an exciting, powerful day. I've been a little busy with Sierra, my wonderful producer, and we put together a very nice show today. Today is a show where I've decided to put a tribute to some of my guests who have actually brought so much divine wisdom and energy and love to Divine Guidance with Patricia. So a tribute to you. I couldn't fit everyone in because it's only an hour. So I would really like to thank every one of my guests who've been on my show and shared their divine beings. So with that said, I would like to invite you to enjoy the show today, All Saints Day, a tribute to my divine, wonderful guests. Thank you, all of you, for being a part of our show.
So what are the sound beings? What do we do? We encourage, enable, facilitate, share opportunities for people to collaborate and on an individual level too, to really connect with the sound of their own being, to raise awareness, to raise consciousness, to improve well-being, to really journey on the cosmos. We use up to a maximum of 9 planet gongs at the moment. If anybody wins the lottery and wants to buy us a full set, that'd be great. Each individual gong, they're really the sound beings. We're just the custodians of these amazing beings that bring this phenomenal energy through and to everybody. And each and every one of them behaves very independently, depending on who we're working with, and even in a big group. And each and every one of them also works collectively. We've been doing this.
That's awesome.
Sorry?
That's awesome. Wonderful.
So I know Trisha was like saying, oh, we'll be talking for an hour. And I was like, yeah, you'll have more trouble trying to make us be quiet, really. I'll hand over to my lovely hubby, and then maybe Trish can ask us some questions.
Sounds good, Rita. Thank you.
Essentially, in a nutshell, it's the power of sounds and frequency to help human beings to relax, to be, and ultimately to heal.
I've been in time banking for over 10 years now. I started out as an undergraduate. I just found it. I was coming out of a rough divorce, and I had bartered with my lawyer for her time. And it got me thinking about, exchanges like that, except, not having the skill that the other person needs, or, what that makes it awkward. I was lucky, so I was trying to find some way, like a circle of giving. It was what I was thinking about. And so I looked up barter exchange, and I found time banking, which just blows barter away. And I was so fascinated that I offered to be an intern at a startup time bank that was happening nearby. And I worked it into my studies as an independent study. I pretty much made my own degree
Wow.
in liberal studies. And so after my internship, I was immediately hired to run the time bank, which totally freaked me out because I I had never led anything. I've been a working artist for 35 years before that. Pretty much worked alone, and so this was totally new to me, and so it was a rough transition. A lot of people were angry because I replaced my supervisor. Um,
Oh, wow.
I didn't mean, yeah, I hadn't planned on that. But I had already booked a trip out to an international time banking conference going on in Madison, Wisconsin. And so I said, well, this will, it's just what I need, to really meet some other people in the time banking scene and try to get a handle on what I was doing as a leader. And that was completely transformational that weekend. I'll never forget it.
Very good question. Well, actually, I'm a grandfather. I'm a father. I have 2 children. I've got a doctor that's in San Francisco. He's 50 now. I got married when I was 2. and
Wow.
and I have a daughter here that's 48. And she's a household engineer. 2 grandkids, 23 and 26. And so a businessman. I was a shareholder of the largest investment firm in Canada. I was 40 when I decided that I was not going to sell my soul for the corporate goal anymore. And I quit. Not because I wasn't making money. Oh God, I was over 7 figures a year. And it just wasn't enough. I tried going to excess on everything. And so I say to people, because that just didn't cut it, I was so empty inside. I ended up quitting, and I went within. I went and I found a real master, a real master. I had to go to a foreign land. I never tell anybody where exactly I went to or who I studied under until they're with me a couple of years. And it's an unspoken law against of master teachers that this is so. And so I stayed and I studied a lot in nature for 7 years. And a lot of the time was in silence. And I say that if you really want to get to know yourself, I wrote a book on this. In fact, I've written 3 books, but the first 2 books I wrote was really how to get to know yourself. And I say you've got to have what I call the S treatment, sitting still silently at sunrise or sunset for a fair amount of time. If you do that, you're going to be able to hear the voiceless voice. So when I came back, I wrote a couple of books, and then I started teaching very small classes. And it's just been that way until now. And the size of the classes has ranged from 2 dozen to 10 dozen. And I take people as far as they can go. And what I tell them is, this is the wisdom of the ages. The teaching itself, I didn't invent it. I didn't create it. I don't own it other than to live it. And I try and own it the best I can in that regard. But what happens is that the teaching does not change you. The teaching actually brings you to your ceiling. And it teaches you who you are, what your values are or are not. And it also teaches you where you're caught. And if you've got enough love and courage to get past that ceiling, then the teaching transforms you.
You're my fam. Well, who am I? That is a good question. Lately, I've been examining that and trying to figure that out. But from my understanding, I'm here as a worker. I'm here as some kind of energetic force, assisting in however I can to help Earth in this current time. And I've been having visions and messages telling me that just to be here and to assist people in remembering. There's a lot to that right now that I'm still figuring out, but I'll do my best to let whatever it is speak through me to explain it. Basically, I feel like I'm here with the movement towards creating Earth as a paradise, getting away from the old programming, all of that, and helping us bring love here. Maybe a battery. I think that's all I can come up with right now.
So there is a soul connection there for sure. I believe there's also some information fields connection, and I know enough to know I know nothing. So tell me what I don't know, Leanna. How's that?
You know,
Clean up.
everybody knows everything. We just forgot, you know, we came in and we completely forgot. And yet we're all connecting back. You know, it's the old soul families coming back together. So it's amazing. You know, I see so many people, and we just did this last night on my webinar, but everybody's saying, oh, I met my twin flame. I met my twin flame. I met my twin flame. And 90% of the twin flames aren't here. They're staying in the higher realms to assist you. What you're meeting, guys, is your soul families. And we're all, as you wake up, you're being drawn to your soul families to come back and to say, hey, and then we all have codes within each other that we're swapping to assist us in remembering who we are. So it's such a great time, and there's so much good stuff going on. And you know, the time is now, guys. You really got to wake up. You know, as my father used to say, and I apologize for this, and I hope it's okay, but my father always used to say to me, either shit or get off the pot. And that's where we're at now. You know, we just have to step up. There's no more playing. The time is now. If you don't get yourself and choose where you want to go and create where you want to go, you're going to be stuck here for another 26,000 year cycle. And a lot of light will be taken off into the higher dimensions. So you know, it's somewhat hell here now. Who wants to stay? So I keep telling everybody, choose. Don't just go by default. If you don't like this place and you say, oh, I'm moving, I'm getting out of this place, I'm raising my vibration, you're going to be stuck in the 4D. Choose 5D. Make a decision. Set your intent now. I'm going to the golden age. I'm choosing 5D. Because right now we're all on a highway. We came in off the service road and we're on an expressway. And you got to get to the left lane.
So it's very exciting to be back here and connect with you again, beloved sister. It's sacred worlds. You know, the game itself is a creation that was birthed basically inspired on my own upbringing, you know, where I was free to choose, you know, and to tap into the world of imagination, you know, and be very grateful to have been birthed with and chosen parents that had encouraged it, and that was a gift. And also, and then later on, inspired by my grandson, who has remembrance of other worlds and spoke the same language, the language of the heart, the language of the talents and the skill sets that he came from, and that it brought in a whole world of the unseen into manifestation. And I had the gift of spending quite a lot of time with him, you know, in different occasions, but especially during the pandemic, where the whole story was created, you know, was birthed. It is a game that so it's learning and feeling and opening your heart to discover yourself, you know,
I would love to. So first I'd like to say I'm, greetings, send out warm greetings to all who will listen to this message and hear this and be part of it. And to thank you for the invitation, the kind invitation. I am Nugami, Selena, and my spirit name is White Buffalo Star Woman. I come from the Eastern Door. And the Eastern Door is this territory that we are in, is Ilnu Mi'kmaq territory of the Wabanaki people. That is of my lineage. I'm a blended spirit of mixed race. And I speak of that because my ancestral wisdom that I carry comes from these different lineages that I acknowledge and honor. First, Ilnu Mi'kmaq. I'm those that came from Mother Africa through the southern United States as enslaved people that were sent here. And also I carry Scottish in my lineage as well. And so I acknowledge all that I've been given through these beautiful bloodlines that make up me in that way. In 1990, I had a powerful spiritual experience where I had an encounter through the dream time with my Mi'kmaq Ilnu ancestors. And they began to help me first to heal. And then they brought me to Earth Mother and reacquainted me with her directly on the journey. And she became my teacher after a time. Now, this over a period of years, this didn't happen right away for me. But it was, and I ended up actually entering into spiritual retreat after 5 years. In 1995, I entered into spiritual retreat for 8 years to deepen my quest for healing of myself. I was a wounded child, and there was a lot that I needed to let go of from this time and previous times. It almost felt as though I had kind of gathered it all up to release it all in this one lifetime or something. There was a lot to let go of, and even a lot more to remember about me.
For one, welcoming them in, for two, not settling for anything less, and then how to alchemize fear and lack into light and abundance, and remembering waking up to you as the facet of creator that you are, and then assisting you with different exercises, walking you through different levels of facilitation, activations, amplifications of clearing out all misperceptions and misperceptions, beliefs, emotions, all that stuff that's kept you, really have kept the blinders over you, that have kept you from being less than yourself, and then that's kept you from being able to really reclaim your natural birthrights and have kept your heart level closed, that's kept you living from your carnal levels, the solar plexus, creator chakra vortex, the root chakra vortex down, rather than living from your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, and marrying your higher levels through the lower levels, purifying, divinitizing them, and really reintegrating them as your natural birthright to enjoy all realms of creation, and also becoming more awake to where you can watch everything happening outside and around you, no longer going into victimizerhood, and no longer being controlled by the actions, reactions of others, not even from the internalized perceptions, belief systems, the subconscious, the underlying emotional calibrational lattice work that's held you hostage and had you become very, very confused that you are the beliefs, you are the thoughts, rather than who you really are, and then collapsing all of the misperceptions about the ego and all the hold that has had be upon you, and really assisting you to wake up, re-embody yourself as that facet of creator that you are.
I am curious to know how you started with Transformational Talk Radio and how it's transformed your life.
That's a great, boy, I don't think anybody's asked me that in several hot minutes. That's awesome. It's truly before I go into kind of this, it feels woohoo-ish, right? Eastern medicine, because I have been so much in the Western world, but inside I always had this spiritual connection, and my mom always did. We always had this. And in 2017, that's what happened with Jessica and myself, because you have to be really careful what you put out in the universe. Because I mean, what are you going to do with it if it happens? Hang on. So kind of, I moved away from Colorado and moved to Florida, which is where I always wanted to be. My kids are grown. I said, come visit me. I'll come see you once in a while. But once I moved here as an entrepreneur and starting my own virtual coaching business and wellness retreats and some corporate stuff, I soon realized about a year and a half in that I couldn't do it all myself. Because really, when you come away from 25 years in corporate America and, middle management, you're always helping the employees and helping the leadership try to understand each other. Not only is it exhausting, but almost never do you get the credit of all the beauty that middle management does. And so I had some bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, I'm done. I've been doing that a long hot minute. I'm leaving. But about a year and a half into doing this on my own, I started to realize, wow, there's no space for me to get sick, me to get injured. I'm my own accountant and marketing and running my own retreats. It was exhausting. Like I was to the place where I was like, you came out here to be outside and you're not even doing that. So it's hysterical. I've told this story a million times. I've written about it, but this is me. Sundress on, laying on the back lanai, 2017. And I look like Jesus in 2017. My arms are spread. I look like Jesus in a sundress. And I'm just laying there, arms out, and I just started praying. I said, I cannot do this all. I don't want to fail. This is my passion. Please let me keep helping people help themselves. But I need help, but I didn't trust anybody. And so I just said the piece that the marketing thing for me was a learning curve, right? Building things, right? Gag. I hate cold calls. I hate selling myself. I like to do it naturally and just have it happen. So I knew it was that piece, increasing my social media platform, that I didn't have the time or the energy nor the desire to do. Whatever.
I can so relate right now.
Right? Everyone can who's listening. Yeah. And so I was just laying there and I said, okay. And I was really cautious. I'm always cautious of what I ask for, very specific. And I just said, I need somebody in my neck of the woods that I trust, that has my higher good in mind, that is going to protect me, that isn't going to take advantage of me. This was morning. That night I went to go to my bed and my computer was right there. Jessica's going to be laughing. Sierra, you don't even know this story. So my computer is open and I look at my email. It's like 11 something at night or something. And it says something catchy like, can't believe we came across you, or you're just so something like whatever. So I'm like, I'm going to open it up, even though I should be going to bed. And it was like, dear Peggy, da, 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 da. I've watched so many of your videos and your vibrant energy, and I'd love to talk to you about Jessica with one S. This was me. Dear Jessica with one S, you're so funny. Like, blah, 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 whatever. Sure. And long story short, I'm like, okay, let's meet tomorrow. And we set up the time, and then it's over. I started doing, not only did I sign up and, start my own radio show at that time, was called Coach, Couch and Coffee. That was my first show. But then in 2018, I worked for a full year with Dr. Pat as my business coach and kind of personal coach. And I'm talking like 1 year.
Wow.
Painstaking. She knows I love her, but it was mutilating soul, spirit, everything. It was really, really hard.
Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show. It was a wonderful experience for Sierra and I to put this together. She did remarkable with it. I'm so pleased. Thank you, Sierra. Also, A special guest that has been on my show is Dr. Pat. Dr. Pat, every time you come to the show, you bring such a wealth of knowledge and wisdom and spirit and love. So thank you for who you are and all that you do, as well as Jessica and everyone else. That's a team of TTR. You make this look easy, and you help us in every way possible as hosts. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time on Divine Guidance with Patricia, where the special guest is going to be my husband, Patrick. We're going to do the show together and share some of what we've been through in our divine holy work that we've been doing for Mother Earth. So we'll see you next time on Divine Guidance with Patricia. Much love.
Thank you for listening to Divine Guidance with Patricia on TransformationTalkRadio.com with me, Patricia McNair. Tune in next time to explore more challenges that can help you achieve your whole being. I know we are all capable of truly being whole, and with a little empowerment, anyone can access an entire universe of knowing that is just waiting to be explored. For more information about me and my services, visit divineguidance.earth. That's divineguidance.earth. See you next time, where together we focus on solutions for the whole being.